refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a few to lose. Built to win, apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another great episode of FFC. That's right. We got a special episode for you guys today. We got a special guest that's going to be joining us here very soon. We have, it's the end of the season. So we got to talk about what's coming up for, obviously, next season, what we got coming up. The season's over, games have ended. However, welcome to the playoffs, baby. That's right. We are officially in playoff season, all right? So let's go ahead and jump right into the show. So what I like to do, FFC is basically fantasy football with Coach, right? We all know this is fantasy-based show. We talk a lot of football, but it is fantasy-based, okay? I give advice on what people should do with their fantasy teams, whether it comes to trade market, whether it comes to the value of players, dropping a player, looking at the waiver wire for players. That's what this show is about. And we talk a lot about the NFL and the players as it pertains to, it's them who we're putting on our teams. And so, what Coach has to do, I got to watch these games. I have to study these games. I have to study these players. I have to know ins and outs of certain things. I have to make predictions. I have to do draft orders for you guys. So there's a lot that behind the scenes that Coach does besides come on here and make himself a fool of himself. You know what I mean? But this is a fantasy-based show. And with that comes, people that want to, win fantasy football, obviously, right? You don't play fantasy football for fun. The fun part is winning, beating somebody you've been talking trash to all year, somebody you done swept in all the regular season games, and he thought for 1 second, because he snuck in there with a low record, that he was going to topple you down. And no, he felt the same fate that he felt the last 2 times he came across your team. That is fantasy football. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we actually have a winner that is well and deserved of this champion, okay? He is the one that has literally started everything here in R2L. He is R2L himself, Big Boss Man Joe. Welcome to the show. We're going to let that keep going. That is a well-deserved cheer right there. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Joe. I mean, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is the man that literally started every branch of the tree that you know of R2L. He is the captain. He is the CEO. He is the commander-in-chief. And now he is a fantasy champion in a 14-team league of champions, by the way. These ain't no slugs that he is playing against, okay? These are people who plot, first things first, he knows everybody that's in there. He's grew up with most of them that's in the league, so he knows them. They know him. And to go against people that know the sport just like you, that think like you, that took the player you were supposed to take, because they got to make sure you don't get them. Like, and then mind you, it's just years after years, and then that final that it's just to sit there and lay down all your ops below you and hold that trophy high. It is one of the most magnificent things. Again, these guys are not bad fantasy players. Like, I think 4 of you all had the same record, if I'm not mistaken, 10-4. So it's a tough league. I played in this league. I had to quit. I had some obligations, but it was a lot. So it was like, oh no, I'm not gonna make it. You know, but this is a tough league to win in, guys. And you're not. It's no back-to-backs around here. Like the kid went back-to-back.
No, nobody went back-to-back.
Nobody has won back-to-back. So that is very important. But Joe, congratulations and welcome to the show. How does it feel to be a champion?
Ah, man, let me take the shades off, man. Be humble, you know. Feels good, you know. I like the intro. It was a great intro. Like you said, a bunch of dogs in that fantasy league. And this is our 3rd year, I think, doing it. And maybe 4th, 3rd year, I don't know.
3rd, yeah.
I know Dave won the first one. Shout out to Dave. Yeah, it's the 3rd one. Kev won the 2nd one. And your boy won the 3rd one. So this is the first. You know, I stopped doing fantasy for a long time. So my last time I won a fantasy league was in 2012. So it's been a minute. It's been over a decade. So a long time coming. And we here. That's all I gotta say.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Like, I mean, like I said, Dave, these guys are not slums. Okay. Dave literally won the very first time we started this league. Like I said, Kev won the 2nd one. And for Joe to win the 3rd, like, if you look at the collection of knowledge that is in R2L, okay, you guys have to understand the processing of what these guys go through just to get to the draft. These guys, okay, let's give it to you in plain sight, right? The season's over. They've already won, and they are already plotting on Joe's downfall. They are already looking at the rookies coming out. We didn't even have the draft yet in the NFL, and I can almost tell you 4 people are already looking at players to come to that they will draft to get ready. Like, these guys, the season isn't over just because the ESPN said it was. This league stays ready at all times. So again, as humble as Joe might be for this win right now, I almost guarantee you that his brain is churning for that next championship that's literally right around the corner. Like, the grind does not stop.
We looking to make history. First back-to-back R2L champion.
So, Joe, all I got to ask you is, we got a few questions for you.
Okay.
So who was your overall pick? Like, who did you want overall, but then who was your number 1 pick overall?
All right. Before I say this, I got breaking news for you, Coach. The Ravens and John Harbaugh have parted ways. Yeah. Just want to put that out there. I know you're going to talk about it in your show, you know.
Video after this show.
Yeah. So, yeah.
My God.
Yeah, I know. So, who I wanted either B. John Robinson or Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay.
So I think Jahmyr Gibbs is my guy because they announced that he was going to be the lead back this year. He's going to get a bigger dose of the carries. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna get Jahmyr Gibbs. That's what I was eyeing because I was the 9th pick in the draft. So obviously he was gone, but Derrick Henry was sitting right there, which I was surprised. So I went and got Derrick Henry, and that was your question, right? He's the first pick, right?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like, who did you want overall? Yeah, you said it was Bijan, but
Jahmyr Gibbs. I ended up getting Derrick Henry. Yeah, so shout out to Derrick Henry, man. He held it down for me, especially in the championship week against the Green Bay Packers.
And I know people get worried about Derrick Henry when the season starts. And then look, he's a big guy. It's not that he has a slow starter running, right? The engine's got to go. Like, you got to feed him. He's an old school. He's like probably the last piece of the old school running backs, to be quite honest with you. Like, you got to feed these players constantly through the game, and you will see the torment they will give the defense. But if you stop them, or if, like, you give it inconsistent carries, like, the momentum isn't going to be there for these types of running backs. Like, it's not making him a bad or indifference running back. He's a running back. That's what they do. They got to get momentum when they get the ball. You consistently give it to them. They find the holes a lot better. But when you take away, which is kind of what Harbaugh did a lot to feed his quarterback, you have inconsistencies with Henry's run. Because even it was like that with Tannehill when they were with Tennessee. If you feed him, he's going to destroy you. If you inconsistently give him the ball, that's where he's going to have like 17 carries for like a weird 43 yards. Like, you didn't really feed him.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry is a 25 carry running back. You got to get that man his carries.
You know what, Coach? So Jameer. Okay, this is my okay. I messed up. All right. So my first overall pick, I want to be John Robinson.
Okay.
And because I had the 9th pick, I was gonna circle back around. I was gonna get Jahmyr Gibbs if he was still there. So I'm looking at this draft order. What's exciting is a lot of these dudes that got drafted before Henry either got hurt or had a down year.
Yep.
I'm looking at Justin Jefferson, down year. Saquon Barkley, down year. Jaden Daniels, hurt. CD, got hurt. Tyreek Hill, hurt. Lamar, hurt. And then you got Bijan 6 and you got Jamar Chase at 1. They both had good seasons. So, and then Jahmyr Gibbs was a 10th pick after Derrick Henry. So
then following that question, who were your top 3 players in fantasy for the entire year? Like who were your 3 guys that literally held your team together the entire season?
It's crazy because I had 3 people in my head, right? And then I looked at the numbers. I was shocked by one player that was in my top 3. One player was my top 3. So my number 1 was Derrick Henry, which I thought would be JSN. I got Jackson too, and he helped me down a lot. Like there were a lot of times when I needed a big performance from him, and he came through for me. And then because of his big performance, I won. Derrick Henry ran the score up a lot for me, or set the tone. Like on the championship game, the championship day, he had 68 points. he set the tone. And they play Thursday. They play on Saturday. They play on Saturday, so they play before everybody else. So Derrick Henry was 1. Caleb was 2nd.
Caleb Williams
was 2nd.
And you know what's funny? I'm gonna rip him a new one today though, but that doesn't surprise me because he has great numbers. Like he literally, I don't know if he hit the 4,000. But he is close. Like again, he surprised me with his rookie year having 3,700 passing yards. I'm like, oh damn. I did not know you had that many yards, buddy. I was hard on you a lot this year, and you did ball out, but it's the winning factor that needs to come out of him a little bit more. But that it doesn't surprise me though that he was number 2 because he probably put up a lot of 25 plus games. I think he had a lot of 3 touchdown games.
Now don't get me wrong. Did I start Caleb every game? I didn't. He didn't even start in my championship week. But he had the 2nd most points in my roster, and he was my 11th pick in the draft. So
he was the quarterback you did draft first.
Yeah, I drafted. Yep. I didn't draft a quarterback until the 11th round.
Telling people you don't need to pick a quarterback within your first 7 picks. Let that boy come later. You had Caleb Williams of all quarterbacks. He's not a bad quarterback, but think about that. Listen to the names that are out there between Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, who got hurt, who had a stellar Herbert, who had Cardinal first place for a minute now.
Mm-hmm.
He had Cardinal first place. You had Baker Mayfield, who was literally being spoken of as the MVP. You got Matthew Stafford, who's been balling out. You had Daniel Jones before he got hurt. All of these names, and it's Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
that's
man.
A consistent player on your team that literally held it down.
My mindset with Caleb was, he got Ben Johnson. He got Ben Johnson over there. He's gonna throw the ball. He's gonna be he's gonna have a better year this year with Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's an offensive minded guru. There's no way I thought Caleb was gonna have a better year than last year. So, and that's why I got Caleb. And then my 3rd person was Travis Etienne.
Yeah, that's a shocker.
So Travis Etienne, I drafted him 5th overall. So with our league, I understand that running backs comes at a premium.
Yeah.
So I got Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, JSN, T Mac, and I went and got Travis because of Liam Cohen when he was with Buccaneers. They offense was hooping. Like Bacon had all them yards and the run game was good. So
And the run game and that offense also caught the ball.
yes. So I figured out, okay, what was available? He was the best available for his running back. So yeah, he was my 3rd, and then it was JSN. JSN was 4th.
In a 14-team league, taking ETN in the 5th round was probably the best value in the draft because he was not. That's probably his placement, but most people had him valued lower.
Yeah,
and he actually excelled over the value.
Yeah.
And that's all you want when you draft somebody. It's like their name is their name, but what's your value? Like, look at Justin Jefferson. I keep telling people, stay your behind away from a number 1 wide receiver. You all keep drafting these number 1 wide receivers, and look at what happened. He lost that quarterback 4 times this year. Soft look. Let me stop because I'm one soft that. Woo-wee. That man lost his quarterback 4 different times this year. And look at his production because of it.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I'm surprised that guy still got his job. That's the one. I'm surprised. So I'm gonna slide in another one.
Okay.
I'm gonna slide in this one just because when I found out you picked McMillan 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I want the people to understand. That's why he's smiling. That's what I want the people to understand. You have to understand how dangerous in fantasy football it is to take a rookie, especially a wide receiver, with your 4th pick. Do you know who that 4th pick could have been? That's another running back.
Mm-hmm.
That's a high-profile quarterback. You understand what I'm telling you? He went for a rookie wide receiver on a team, literally, that hadn't won a football game, like hadn't won a season in years, okay? Coming off of a season with a team where the quarterback got benched and lost his job for a little bit. And he said, you know what? I'm still going to take this rookie number 4. And this rookie he should be rookie of the year, if I'm not mistaken. There's no other rookie that has played better than McMillan. So my question to you is, what made you, what drove you to make the fantasy football is all about risk and reward. What made you make that risky call at 4? So
the people that was ahead of him, you had like Calvin Ridley, you had DJ Moore, Rome Duze, like guys like
maybe.
Yeah, you got Jameson Williams that was ahead of him. Smitty, Devontae Smith on the Eagles was ahead of him. So, Smitty, yep, he was ahead of him. So you had Colin Sutton. So there was some guys ahead of him. The reason why I picked them was because I saw Bryce Young in the second half of last year, and he started throwing the ball a lot better, getting a lot of passing yards, looking way more comfortable. And T-Mac was a dog in college, you know, and like he was a dog. He's a bona fide number 1 receiver, in my opinion. So you paired him up with Xavier Legette. You know what I mean? Like you add them to what they already had. I feel like he was going to get a lot of targets, and he was going to get a lot of opportunities, and he was going to, you know, it was just like, all right, I know you're a rookie, but I know he's good. Like, you see these rookies come in as wide receivers and get production in year 1.
DK Metcalf came in as a rookie, mind you. His production didn't come until the tight end got hurt in like week 3. But mind you, and I didn't pick DK Metcalf 4th. I picked him I got him late, so he was a big steal for a rookie. But I knew because of the little 3 catches a game he was getting already. I was like, oh, the minute he gets an opportunity, he's gonna go off. That tight end went down. DK started getting 7, 8 catches a game that fast. I like, oh yes, like it was the best call. But man, like it had to excite you to know, like I picked this kid number 4, and not only is he excelling, not only is he the number 1 target, he's literally their guy, and he's on my team. Like for that to fall in your lap like that that's huge, man. Like that's fantastic. Like that's one of probably the luckiest picks you could ever get in the draft. For a rookie I draft rookies. Like if I draft 2 running backs, my 3rd running back is going to be a rookie. I'm always going to have a rookie wide receiver on my team. Like I just know when they're going to go off, when the production is going to get there. But like I've never had a steal like this. Like I said, Mark had a steal last year when he got Alvin Kamara, which whose name I ain't heard all year this year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I didn't even talk about that. Oh, that's a short right there. What happened?
He went early too in that draft.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara. But he got Alvin Kamara in the 6th round. That's a steal. That's literally what kept him above the rest in the league last year, is because of how much he got of a steal. Like that's a big value in the 6th round. Anything prior to that, no, you drafted Alvin Kamara too high. But to get him in the 6th round, oh, that's an absolute steal. Like he's better than 6th round number. He's 4th, 5th round number. So that's a steal. For you to jump in the 4th round for this pick, kudos. That is probably one of the most intelligent moves. Again, you studied the player. You knew what he was going to bring to the table. The only thing that can affect what would have happened is unperformance. Jamar Chase went out there as a rookie. Everybody got scared of him, complaining about the yips. Me personally, I had him on my team, but again, I let him fall, and I knew I was going to get him. And he went off for me all year long. So again, it's just more impressive that you were able to make this in the 4th round, not the 9th round, not the 8th round. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I will. It's like, what? Okay.
It leaves for you to make that pick, not knowing what's going to happen. You still made it, right? Mm-hmm. So that means it still left the rest of your draft with a lot of pieces to continue to add.
Yeah, I think my biggest steal, and it's not like an all year steal, down the stretch, this dude helped me so much. And it was Zach Charbonnet. Yeah. I got him in the 10th round. And
you might have running both running backs.
Yeah, because I got him. I actually bookmarked. I marked him. Like what you call it? Like when you mark it, I marked him because I knew people are looking at the starting running back. So everybody's looking at Kenneth Walker. Okay, and once Kenneth Walker was gone, it's like, okay, who else is the starting running back? Nobody looking at the dude. He shared carries with Kenneth Walker, and they went and got Clint Kubiak. So I knew they was gonna run the ball.
Oh yeah, play action and run.
So the last 3 weeks, Charbonnet averaged like 18 to 20 points per game. He was scoring for me. So shout out to Charbonnet, big steal.
Nice. All right. So were there any moments during the season where you felt you could fall, or did you have confidence throughout the entire season with your roster? I'm gonna be honest with you before you answer that question. Looking at what you got and how it turned out, I'm not sure you were scared at any point of the season.
Now I'm not gonna lie. There was one time I was a little worried. It was week 7. I went against Cav, the reigning R2L champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Cav beat me 150 to 126, and I was 4-3.
Ooh.
I was 4-3.
Okay. Okay.
So that moment, I'm like, oh, here we go again. And then from there on, we went 7-1. I think at that point, Coach, I think I told you over the phone. At that point, I was like, I'm gonna have fun with this. I'm gonna talk trash. So the next week I won, I started talking trash. You know what I mean? In the chat. And because I was doing that, it made me help myself more accountable. Cause I was putting myself out there. I was like,
yeah.
I was out there, so I was checking. You know what I mean? And I'm in 3 different leagues, And the other 2 leagues, I'm sorry, I was like, yo, I can't give attention to those leagues until game day. Game day, I would look at the waiver wire and try to check
Yeah, I was like that too.
But the R2L league,
R2L?
I want to be locked in. So I was locked in the R2L league and from since then. So thank you, Kev, for waking the brother up. So for people who know what happened after that, Kev beat me. I won the championship, and Kev missed the playoffs. This is one people know that. But go ahead. Shout out to Kev though.
Shout out to Kev.
Shout out to the reigning. Well, I'm the reigning now. I'm sorry, but he used to be the reigning R2L champion.
Oh, he coming back. He want blood now. Kev want blood now. Eagles lost to Washington too.
Oh yeah.
Right now. He is not happy. Oh man. All right. So what team in fantasy outside of Kev do you feel gave you the most problems? What league owner gave you the most problems?
Trent.
I knew you were gonna say Trent. He is an intelligent drafter. Like that dude knows football.
Trent gave me the hardest task. Like when I went back and watched, I got blown out. But now my team didn't perform either. He beat me. He didn't do nothing crazy, but the margin was ugly. He beat me 131-84.
Woo.
Yeah. So he had, and this is let everybody know who his team was, because he had a team. Drake May, in this week, Drake May, A-Chain. He had Harvey who had 27 points that day.
Oh my God! The one time Harvey went on.
Yeah, he had 27 points. He had the wide receiver Wilson from the Cardinals. He got Lad McConkey. He got Warren. What's the name from the Colts?
Jalen Warren. No.
Yeah. No, not Jalen Warren. Is it Tyler Warren?
Tyler Warren. Tight end. So
Yeah.
he pretty much had his whole team that he drafted.
Yeah, probably yeah. And he had the Lutz, the Broncos kicker, the Rams defense, and his number 1 overall pick did nothing. Justin Jefferson. He had 2 points that week, and he still blew me out.
Dang.
So
Man, that sounds like his. What week was this?
this was I don't know, what week was it? This was week. I'm not sure what week this was. Oh, you know what? This is a week that we played the Broncos, the Commanders. So like, it was probably like week 9.
Wow. So that means he pretty much kept his whole roster.
Yeah, and and on his bench though, he had Dak on his bench who balled out this year. You know, so he had Dak. Who was the other quarterback I say he had? He had Dak and Drake May.
All his fault. He didn't get fired.
Yeah, so yeah, but sorry, Trent. I won a championship. You won that
game. 2 tough losses, and you come out the winner. That's what.
Yeah.
Hey,
I appreciate you. Boy. Appreciate you, Trent, for helping the brother out.
Oh man. Okay, so what trades did you make during the season?
This is gonna be crazy, Coach. I make 0 trades this year. This is the first time I didn't make a trade.
What I tell y'all? What Coach tell you? I don't make trades. If you don't have what I want, I'm gonna die with what I have. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. Like I said, the year that I won second place, I could have won first place if I would have made some kind of trade. But you know who I wanted? I wanted Josh Jacobs. I couldn't get Josh Jacobs, so I just wrote it out with Kyron Williams and Jahmyr Gibbs, and I got second place. I'm not mad, but I didn't make no trades either.
And nobody proposed a trade to me all year. Usually my trades come from people proposing a trade to me. Wow. And then I get the itch to trade. So I might not trade with that person, but now I'm like looking at everybody roster. Okay, now the itch is there. So nobody proposed a trade, so that itch was never there. Like I was just in the waiver wire.
And that's where I stay. I live in the waiver wire, boy. I'm telling you, it's some gold in there if you look right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what was your draft strategy coming into this year?
Okay.
You made no trades, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
They traded you. So obviously the draft itself and the waiver wire is what really did it for you. So what was your draft strategy coming into this year?
So I wanted my first 2 picks to be running backs because, like I said, in our league, running backs are at a premium. So I don't care what receiver available. I don't care what my first 2 picks were gonna be running backs, and that's what happened. So what I do now when I draft, I fill out my roster first. So like not my full roster, I fill out, at least in this league, my first 2 running backs, my first 2 receivers, and my flex will be a running back. I don't think I ever put a receiver at flex. It's always been a running back. And then I'll get my tight end. And then I'll get another running back or receiver. Like I will fill out my bench and then get my quarterbacks.
Oh yeah.
Then get my kicker and so what I did this year, I didn't get my second tight end. So I got everybody. I got my running backs, backup running backs, my receivers, backup receivers, my flex. I got all that. And then I got my quarterbacks, and then I got my backup tight end. Then I got my kicker, and then my defense. My defense, I just every week I'm changing it. Who's a week?
Yes, it's often see. What people don't understand, the magic of defense in fantasy football is streaming the matchup. It's not about look. You can have the number 1 defense. You know what the number 1 defense does? They make you punt. You ain't getting nothing from that pimp. I'm so sorry. You're really not. What you need is a defense that is overpowering of an offense that they're going to make. They get sacks. They're going to turn the ball over because that offensive line cannot protect. That is how you stream for the defense. You need action. You need the ball to come out of the offense's hand. That is the only way you will score points on the defensive side of the ball in fantasy football. And until you guys get that through your skulls, y'all going to keep drafting teams like the Ravens, number 9 in the 9th round, which makes absolutely no sense because now you just lost out on a flex option.
Yeah, man. Like on the championship week, it was I had picked the Saints. I picked them up because they went against the Titans. Don't get me wrong, Cam Ward balled out, but they got me 12 points. I can live with that because they got
exactly.
Chase Young got a
double digits.
Score. Yeah, double digits for my defense is pivotal, and I think the week before that, my defense did good. Yeah, I put up. I had the Saints the week before that because they played the Giants.
And you know who else would have been smart? Whoever had the Panthers was very smart this year. Whoever was able to sneak around and pick up the Panthers because they were on the waiver wire. They weren't drafted. So whoever picked up the Panthers was because they were attacking the quarterback all year. They gave quarterbacks hell all year long.
Ooh, dang. I'm looking at the game before the championship. I beat Javon 167 to 131. My bad, Javon. Appreciate you, though.
So, with a 14 team of excellent fantasy owners, how was it trying to find value in the waiver wire?
Oh, I feel like as you can see, I made no trades.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look at my final roster of the week, most of these dudes I drafted. The only one that's here I didn't draft. It's like guys like my kicker, my defense, but my starting lineup and Tyler Shug. See, I didn't really have to use a waiver wire for like unless it was like a bye week coming up or something like that.
Okay.
And I never really had difficulties in the waiver wire for real. But here we go. My championship starting lineup was Tyler Shug, who I picked up. He got 27 points. Who I picked up like days before. All right, I was like Caleb, but Caleb ended up with 29. Shout out to Caleb. He was going against the 49ers.
Yeah, that was a great game.
It was, yeah.
They lost. It was a great game. So I don't know what happened to him. Man.
It was, and I had him. I ended up picking up Cam Ward too, but I dropped Cam Ward to get Tyler Shug. But I had Derrick Henry, who I drafted, Josh Jacobs, who I drafted, JSN, who I drafted, T-Mac, who I drafted, Isaiah Likely, who I drafted, Travis Etienne, who I drafted. So only my kicker and defense really, and then my bench, I drafted Worthy. I still got him, even though he hurt. I mean, like when Dobbins got hurt, I went and got another running back, like stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it was the team I drafted held me down for real.
Yeah, because I can tell you, outside of Dobbins' injury, you really didn't get hit with that injury bug like everybody else. I know they was running through that wire.
David Worthy got hurt, but Dobbins was my starter though. Like Dobbins,
right? He was already a backup.
Xavier Worthy, Josh Jacobs got hit with an injury. He did. He was my starter. He got hit with injury, especially at the end of the year. He started getting hurt.
Yeah.
So he only gave me 3 points on the championship week.
Did you find any games difficult during the bye week fiasco? Because I know that could be real challenging when players are on the bye week. 1 or 2 players, if you don't draft properly, you having 3 players out, in 1 week.
Yeah, I it's funny. I didn't deal with that. Okay. I don't think I have teammates on my team. Only Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce. They're the only teammates.
Oh, so you had basically everybody who was on the bye. You had somebody interchange and keep.
Yeah, I always had one other person. I think they were the only teammates on my team. Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce, and Xavier Worthy was hurt a lot of the year. So so I went back and looked too, Coach, and the games I lost, it had nothing to do with bye week. It had something to do with just bad performance.
It's really interesting. Good to know.
Yeah. So I didn't struggle with that.
The last question: how does it feel to be R2L champion in a league full of champions?
I mean, I put the shades back on. First, I want to say thanks to you, Coach, for having a platform for us to do this league and host the draft. For those who don't know, the last 2 years, we have done the draft at the Northwestern, now that's what it's called, Northwestern Stadium, the Washington Commanders Stadium, in the press box. So we actually do the draft in there. Santana Moss came through, Dr. brought it up and told me, hey, he looked at me and said, you're going to win this year. And you were right, Santana. I appreciate you. All right. So that's that. We do that. And so shout out to Coach for that, for having that. And thank you for all the fantasy users that participated, and how I feel, Coach. I mean, just a little richer, I don't know, because when you win, we have a pot, you win, you get some bread, so my pocket's a little thicker. That's all I got.
Nice.
So it feels good to be champion.
Nice. Well, man, it was great having you. It was great hosting you here today. Again, this is a fantasy show. You win, come on, tell Coach, have an interview with Coach, and we talk about your win. And coming in season 4, me and Joe have something special planned for our viewers who win their fantasy champion. So we'll give you guys more updates coming soon on that. But we are trying to become more interactive with our viewers and our subscribers. So we would love to have as many as we can come on the show. So we're going to be working something out to get that going for you guys here coming in the next season. So just stay tuned for that coming up real soon. But I appreciate you coming on, Joe. I appreciate everything that you've done for me and my platform. And we'll talk real soon.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Have a good show.
You too. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Boss Man Joe, the R2L League Championship winner. All right, so we are going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we are going to get into some FFC information. We're going to discuss the playoffs coming up here this week, and I'm not making any picks. I'm saving all of my picks for my shorts that I'm going to be doing here a lot more of. So when we come back, we'll get into more discussions and all of that. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri.
This is Ed Hahn.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri.
This is Ed Hahn.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, like told me, keep on running. Toes they gon' take them.
Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I felt it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to FFC. All right, so as I was explaining earlier, FFC is going not on a hiatus, but the NFL season is coming to an end. We only have the playoffs left, so we won't be having 2 live shows a week. We'll just be doing 1 live show a week, and we do have content for that. But outside of the live show, what I'm going to be doing to keep more relevant, active information flowing, that's the best way I can put it, I will be doing more shorts throughout the weeks. So to get those shorts, you have to follow me on, I do have those handles for you right here. You do need to follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, and on, you don't need to follow me on Twitch. Twitch is for my gaming, but for football purposes, it's Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. So those platforms will have all of my shorts. And YouTube, because YouTube is where we actually stream the live show and actually where we upload all the shorts as well. So please look out for those. I do have some new shorts up right now that basically go over some games I do want to talk about that I've kind of already discussed in the shorts. But my disappointment in the Bears wasn't a good game that I thought they could have had a better game. It was kind of I didn't like it. For you to lose by 52 points by the Detroit Lions in week 2 or 3, I thought in this last game you guys would have put more forth of an effort to beat this team, just to end the season on that kind of note. But the way so the Chicago Bears they played a great game against 49ers but lost. Then they turned around and then lost now to the Detroit Lions. So me personally, I just feel like that loss will continue into the playoffs. We won't talk too much about those. I'm not making picks yet. But we will talk about the matchups. But I don't know. I think Chicago will be a wild card exit. I don't think they're going to make it past the wild card. 49ers. I think the 49ers could make it past. Maybe. I'm just a little bit more disappointed in their effort against the Seahawks. Seahawks played a great game. Great game. And I don't know. Either the 49ers just didn't show up, or that is their limit, is what we saw them against San Francisco or against the Seahawks. If that is, they could possibly be a wild card exit, maybe a first round exit as well, depending on their matchup. But to me, I don't know. It was a 13-3 game. The effort on defense was there, but offense was not yet. Defensively, it was bad because you let them gas you for like 18 to 20 yards a carry. Like the Seahawks were just doing whatever they wanted with the football. It was crazy. So I don't know. I don't know what the 49ers. It looked good. Everything was looking good. I get it. It's a bump in the road. They lost to a division rival. They're gonna see him possibly again come the playoffs. Maybe, but I don't know. Purdy sometimes looks smaller than he needs to look, if that makes sense. I need a bigger presence coming from their quarterback. And in a game like this, you just felt Sam Darnold all over this game. That's not a bad thing, but you're at home, 49ers. Why do I feel like Sam Darnold owned you at home? That should not have happened. So now they're in the way of you winning at home. How are you going to respond now? Panthers. A lot of people are congratulating the Panthers. Look, I said a lot of good things about the Panthers this year because they did play a lot of good football this year. What I will not do, is congratulate the Panthers on winning a playoff spot because they didn't. They didn't win the playoff spot. They were given and put into a playoff spot because one team beat another team, but they didn't win that. They lost. Their chance to win a game to get into the playoffs was against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They lost that game. The guy Baker over here sweating on his sofa, on his kitchen table, out here dying over this game, which they lost. But I'm not congratulating the Panthers. They had a good season. I don't think they're going to do much noise in the playoffs. They're probably one of the weaker teams in the NFC. Strong finish, don't get me wrong, strong finish in the season, but they didn't finish strong because, they didn't finish the end of the season because they lost. They had a strong campaign going toward the end, back after the season, and they lost that last game. That game was supposed to get them into the playoffs. Now all of a sudden the Tampa Bay Bucks win, and now all of a sudden it come down to the Saints and the Falcons. Like, that's fine, but again, I'm not congratulating the team that didn't win. That's just me. Sorry. So in the meantime, now let's go look at the actual playoff matchups. Where are you? No, that's wrong. Nope, that's right. No way. No, that is wrong. So why would they put this team here? Where was it? All right, there we go. Let's get on stupid. I am stupid because I can't find it. All right, here we go. So we have the Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are at home. We have the Texans and the Steelers. The Steelers are at home. We have the Chargers and the Patriots. Patriots will be at home, and the Broncos are on a bye week. They will face the winner of the Bills and Jaguars, it looks like. Yeah. And for the NFC, we have the 49ers versus the Eagles. Again, this playoff matchup stays, boy. We got the Eagles at home. We have the Rams and the Panthers. So we have the Panthers are at home. We have the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears with the Chicago Bears at home. So yeah, and we have the Seattle Seahawks with the bye week. So all of these games will have a prediction. I will not do the predictions live today. I will do them. They will be posted as shorts by Friday. Go right before the game. And then I'll have reactions posted for each playoff game right after. So either I'll have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins or 0 wins. Who knows? I'm going for 6. Let me see if I can go for 6. The matchups are good, actually. I'm intrigued with the matchups. The road of this one could lead to 49ers versus the Bills. It could lead to the Rams versus the Bills, but at the end of the day, I have the Bills as the AFC team. The NFC team, I'm still up and down on. Now, the AFC championship game, I think, will be Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo versus can't say that yet. No, you can't say that yet because it'll give away all the other. It'll give away too much of the other information of the prediction. So let us all just wait for coaches' predictions that'll be coming up on Friday. Check your local platform via Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. Okay, we'll have all short, not Twitch. I'm sorry, Twitch is for gaming, but all the other platforms will have the short posted to them. Excuse me. So you'll be able to check out coaches' predictions and reactions before and after the game. So look forward for those that'll be coming soon. Again, that'll be something that I'll be doing all year round. Like I got to do a short on where is Alvin Kamara? This is it's just one of those questions like you hear names all year long, right? And then you think, hey, you know what I heard about all year? Oh man, so let's go look because I mean, as a fantasy show, I do have to do my end of year fantasy leaders. So he ended up questionable, but when? So he stopped playing football in week 13, and his numbers have been nothing but booty. Oh my God! Yes, we're gonna have a lot to say. Oh my goodness! Wow. So yeah, we do have to do our end of season fantasy leadership, our fantasy end of season fantasy rankings. Fantasy leadership. So we can see who our fantasy leaders are through the rankings. That's what I want to say. Sorry about that. So that will be coming up here soon. And we have our end of season, regular season ranking as well. Before we go, I do want to do something fun real quick. Let me see. So every year I go through here, I go through the books, and I predict once the schedules come out for all the teams, I do my schedule predictions, okay? And I predict what I think a team, I go through division games, I go through what I think the team will do divisionally, if they're going to lose twice to a team, if they're all going to split. I go through all that, okay? And I come up with a record. I come up with what I think the team is going to do for the season, okay? And what it does, it kind of helps me balance out. If I think the team is going to do this, it kind of helps me give you guys the information needed on what I think a team is going to do via what the player would do for fantasy purposes. So again, if I got a team winning 12 games, well, that means obviously in those 12 games, the running back, if the running back on that team is good, well, that must mean he's the one doing it. Obviously, if they have a good receiver and a good quarterback, that contributes to why they have 12 wins, why I believe they're going to have 12 wins as well, right? So that will basically kind of translate into what type of player value you want when drafting a player. So this, however, will be the first time we are going to basically go over all 32 teams and their predictions. Like if I got the prediction right, close, or if I was just completely far off. So let us pull up. Where you at? There we go. So first off, Baltimore Ravens. I can tell you right now, I was completely off. I had them winning 12 games this year, and the Baltimore Ravens only won 8. That was off. Now, I wonder if, let me see. No, because again, it was a rough year for them. Hey, like I said, changes needed to be made, and we heard of a big change. I do have to do a short video on that though. My reaction to Jim Harbaugh being released, but wow, You know what? A lot of people were calling for it. A lot of people were calling for it. There was frustration between the quarterback. His comment kind of left at the end of the season. His comment kind of left you with, what are you saying? Kind of thing. So, all he said was he ain't got time to talk about that right now. He trying to process what just happened. He ain't trying to process. But we all knew what that meant. Like, so I did not see them falling to only 8 games this year. I did not see. Next, Pittsburgh Steelers 8-9. Pittsburgh Steelers went 10-7, so they won 2 more games than I gave them. So I was, within the realm. Cleveland Browns, I gave them 9-8. I think I reached with that one, didn't I? They only won 5 games. Yeah, I reached with that one. I guess I thought Shadir would have had a back half better season. Well, with the coach being fired, I guess we can see why he did it. Cincinnati Bengals 13-4, completely off. That one was a bust. 5-12 for the Cleveland. For 6-11 for the Cincinnati Bengals. So completely wrong with that one. Houston Texans I have them with 6-11. I was wrong there. They actually won 12 games. Doubled what I said. Let's see. Tennessee Titans. Now, mind you, it didn't start off that 12 games didn't start off that way. It was a bit rocky, but like I said, they turned it around. Number 1 defense, made it to team. But it's crazy. They got 12 wins and they're on the road in a playoff game. That's crazy. Tennessee Titans, I gave them 7 wins. I don't think they hit anywhere near that mark. They got 3. This might be my worst year doing this. Wow. Indiana 3-14. Well, if they started off without Daniel Jones, they would have been. They sure had a better season, 8-9. Again, I didn't see Daniel Jones doing anything of what he did, so I didn't see them having a good season. But he had a great season up until the point of getting hurt, so that really sucks for the Colts. They are the ones that should be where the Jacksonville Jaguars are right now. And they got 13 wins that I didn't see happen, and I gave them 8. Not too bad, but I didn't see them with 13. Not nowhere near that number. Let's see who's next. Buffalo. Buffalo went 12. I got them at 12-5. Where is Buffalo? Buffalo is 12-5. Ha! Ha! Hit it right on the mark. Bow. 1. 1. That's not bad. It's not too many of these I should actually hit on the mark. Be off 1 or 2 games. When I'm off like 4 or 5 games, I was completely wrong about that. Let's see. New England Patriots. I had them at 10-7. Not too bad. And they went 14-3. So at least I had them winning. Miami Dolphins. I had them at 8-9. Miami Dolphins were 7-10. So I was off a game. I actually gave them a game. I had them at 7-10 at first, and I changed it to 8-9. New York Jets 3-14. Jets. How many games did I give you? 7. I gave y'all 7 games. I just feel like I'm a bum. I'm an idiot. How did I do that? Wow. To be real with you, I don't think anything is wrong with the players. It was all the staff. I'm so sorry. So the players, I think, with a better coaching could have actually won 7 games. The players with Eric Glenn won 3 games. Let's see. The AFC West. Let's see. This one's going to be a doozy. How did I do here? AFC West. Denver Broncos. I gave Broncos 11-6, and they went 14-3. So I had them winning. Let's see. Vegas. I had you at 6-11. You guys went 3-14. So I doubled your games. You couldn't even just win 6. They got the number 1 pick, though. So this is going to be a very interesting season to see how this turns out for 2026. I'm excited. I really am. No Patrick Mahomes this year because he's hurt. This is going to be a real interesting division and season coming up. The Chargers, I gave them 12-5. Their record was their schedule was really easy. and they went 11-6. So one more game. Let's see. Kansas City, I gave them 11-6, and they went 6-11. So flop, mirror effect. Minnesota Vikings. I gave Minnesota 5-12. Minnesota, how many games did we win this year? 9-8. I don't see how that happened. I tell you what, the 5-12, maybe that was McCarthy. maybe he only has 5 wins on his career, because he is horrible. He stays hurt. I told you guys that kid was a bust. I'm sorry. If you expect me to think he's going to come out next year ready to go, no, thank you. Their body can't take the sport. He's soft. Let's see who else. What team was next? Detroit. I had him at 7-10, and Detroit went 9-8. At least this, you know what? This division is actually a lot better. They ended the season a lot better. Everybody had a winning record. That's actually very, very impressive. Everybody in this division, even the last place Detroit Lions, everybody in this division has a winning record. Green Bay Packers 11-6. They ended up 9-7-1. So the tie just drew everything off. I hate ties so much. Chicago Bears, I had you at 7-10, and you went 11-6. So kudos to you. New Orleans Saints 5-12, and you went 6-11. Okay. Carolina Panthers, I had you at 2-15. Sorry for the disrespect. You won 8 games this year. My bad. I didn't see Torrey McMillan going off the way he did as a rookie wide receiver. So hopefully he is winning Rookie of the Year, because he was outstanding this year. Atlanta Falcons at 8-9, and Atlanta Falcons won 8-9. Tampa Bay, I had you at 12-5, and you went 8-9. So that sucks. I think I got like 2 games like literally on the mark. Dallas Cowboys at 10-7. The Dallas Cowboys had 7-9. Oops, wrong button. Let's see. Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants. I had you at 3-14, and the New York Giants won 4 games, so 1 game more than what I gave you. And you still suck. Philly 14-3. You fell. You dropped to 11-6. And last, Washington. Unfortunately, it was not a good season. I had you at 11-6, but you guys only won 5 games this year because you lost your quarterback, and it was a very, very rough year this year. The San Francisco 49ers, I had you at 14-3. Hey, guess what, San Francisco? You got 12 games. Could have went 13. You could have had me 1 off, but no, you lost. You lost to the Seahawks. You suck. Cardinals 6-11, and you won 3 games. Seahawks 5-12. I had you at 5-12. I'm sorry. I did not know what this team was going to do with Sam Darnold. I'm sorry. I didn't know. 14-3. Outstanding for the Seattle Seahawks, who deserve number 1, because, again, I had you at 5-12. I did not see none of this coming. And LA Rams 11-6, and you ended your season with 12-5, so not too bad, not too much off. So let us real quick one, two, three, 4 teams with only 3 wins. So those are going to be our top 4 teams for the draft this year. Are going to be the Jets, Raiders with number 1, because Jets have number 2. Tennessee's got a top 5 pick, and Arizona Cardinals. Those and right behind them is the Giants, because they only got 4 wins. Woo-wee. Bengals going to have a nice pick because they only got 6 wins. Oh, it's going to be an interesting draft. I'm excited about the draft this year. So if I'm a young rookie coming into this league this year, be excited. Know you are wanted. If you look at what's on these rosters between injuries, between what's already there and they ain't doing nothing, look at you pull it up. Oh, the draft is held in Pittsburgh, too. All right, so NFL draft order. Raiders are number 1. Worst team in the world. Number 2, we have the Jets. They have 5 first-round draft picks, by the way, in the next 2 years. Pay attention. Arizona at number 3. Tennessee at number 4. Funny thing about Tennessee at number 4, they can go anywhere with that pick. You got the Giants at number 5, like I said. Cleveland at number 6. Washington at number 7. New Orleans at number 8. Kansas City. Kansas City is sitting with the number 9th overall pick in the draft. You know how dangerous that is? They don't probably even need that pick. They can take the best pass rusher out of the league if they out of the draft if they want. They can also take that number 1 pick and service themselves 4 picks in set rounds 2, 3, 4 within there and literally just continue to rebuild. Now, personally, what I would do with this number 1 pick if I'm them, your biggest need is a receiver. Only thing about getting a receiver is you can't use that right now due to the fact that Patrick Mahomes ain't playing football until December. So you gotta go where you can use players to win now, and that's defense. So I understand the need to do pass rusher. The Cincinnati Bengals at number 10. They need a defensive lineman. They're gonna get it. You got Miami at number 11. They have a top 15 pick. That is really good for Miami. That is, I mean, they're gonna get a quarterback. And you know what they could do? They could ask Kansas City for that 9th pick. They can ask Washington for that 7th pick. Miami could actually move up for a quarterback in this draft. You have Dallas at number 12. That's very dangerous. They can go everywhere. We just got to know. We know what y'all don't know. I say dangerous. I don't know what they're going to do with that pick. Let me move on from the Cowboys. The Rams at number 13, which is a really good pick via Atlanta. So that's awesome. Baltimore at 14. Tampa Bay at 15. Jets at 16. So there's the second pick. Detroit at 17. Minnesota at 18. And then we have to wait for the rest of these teams based off of where they lose per the draft order. For the rest of the draft order. But the first 18 picks are pretty much in. And it looks like the Jets only have 2 first-round picks this year, and then they're going to use 3 first-round picks for their next season. So it's going to be an interesting 2 years for the Jets. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys holding on and hanging in. I know this is a different time because we normally do our show in the morning, and we will be staying in the morning. This was just for a special episode for Boss Man Joe, so we can celebrate his championship run through the R2L Fantasy League. So that was just awesome to see. Congratulations again, Boss Man Joe. I appreciate you for coming on and doing an interview with us all. Again, stay tuned, guys. Our coach will be doing shorts later this week pertaining to the playoffs. So with that being said, I'm going to do something else with these shorts. I'm going to have some fun. All right. For the playoff purposes, this is where we're going to start. I'm actually going to do some parlay shorts. Coach is going to put his 2 cents into the gambling world and give you guys what I think as it pertains to the spread, the over/under, money line, any parlay, any player props that I like. So we're going to use some shorts for those 2. All right. So we're going to play around with that. The playoffs is fun time to play around with that stuff because it's not as many games. and we can kind of just focus on little pieces here and there that are within the game, and then we'll go from there. But we'll have a little fun with it. So stay tuned for that. But again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We will be back next week, Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. at our normal time. So we will see you all next week and basically talk about these playoff games. All right. So tune in for that. And then Coach loves you. I'm out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.